Kim and Khloe Kardashian threatened to fire Kourtney for not sharing enough of her private life. Kim Kardashian gave viewers an unprecedented look inside her family's show Sunday, as she threatened to fire her sister Kourtney Kardashian from the cast. She also revealed that she regularly reads fan reviews of the season's episodes, which give her insight into how to tweak the show and make it better. "Our job is being open and honest and sharing a lot of ourselves, and it just seems like for the past few years now, Kourtney really hasn't been open about her personal life on camera," Kim, 39, noted in a confessional after her older sister avoided filming and answering questions. Khloe Kardashian, 35, said she had shared her own drama with ex-Tristan Thompson, 28, because she felt it was her job to do so, even though she didn't necessarily want to do it. "The unfairness of that made Kim see red. All of the days that Kourtney isn't filming, Khloe and I are picking up the slack," she noted. "If we're not sharing our lives, then, what is the show?" Fed up, Kim eventually called Kourtney and issued an ultimatum: "We have a proposal for you. It starts with an F and ends with D." "I'm down," Kourtney, 40, agreed during the season 17 episode titled "The Show Must Go On." The Poosh founder had been struggling from the beginning of the episode, when Kim and Khloe repeatedly asked who'd given her a hickey on her neck. "My sisters are pretty nosy when it comes to anything in my life, and I like to keep certain things private," she explained in a confessional. "I don't like to share about, dating." Khloe became even more curious what she was up to when she caught Kourtney in a lie, saying that she was with her kids and couldn't talk, when Khloe herself was with the children. She and Kim also acknowledged that there were paparazzi photos of Kourtney with a man, but said their sister refused to talk about relationships, and denied it to them. Feeling as though they knew nothing about her life, Kim and Khloe decided to follow Kourtney's car on several occasions, which was harder than it looked. When they tracked her to a private home near her own, she busted them in the yard, asking, "Why are you guys so in my business?" Kourtney said she was having a meeting for Poosh, her lifestyle website and e-commerce business, but added that if she was seeing someone, she'd want them to respect her boundaries. "This is so crazy," she told the cameras. "If they wanted privacy, I would never follow them or expose them. We're all different, and this is the kind of stuff that makes me feel that they put the show over me and my well-being and protecting me, and just me as a person." Back at Khloe's house, Kim reviewed the show's fan reports, as compiled by her publicist. "I've done my due diligence on us," she told Khloe and Kourtney's ex, Scott Disick, 36, noting that viewers wanted to see an escapist fantasy, as well as pranks and podcast humor. They also called her relationship with her sisters a key driver of interest. "Khloe, by far, the favorite," she read. "Funniest, realist, relatable, voice of reason. Kim, interest to see more of her relationship with Kanye. It feels like a whole aspect of her life that we haven't had access to. I am the one who signed up to do the show," Kim noted privately. "So I don't show everything about Kanye, but I have still figured out how to share so much to where, I do believe the fans get an inside look at my relationship and who we are." She read on, noting that 48% of the fans wanted to see more of Scott, whom they called the antagonist of the show, an entertaining villain. Kourtney, they felt, hides a lot of her life from the cameras. "I'm not surprised that the report says that people don't feel like they know the real Kourtney, 'cause sometimes I don't think Kim and I feel like we know the real Kourtney," Khloe affirmed. "When I found out I was pregnant, I told production before I told my family members, because I wanted them to be able to capture when I first told my family something like that," she added. "I think that when something big is happening in one of our lives, it's our job to articulate that to the powers that be, and make sure that all of this is captured and documented in an appropriate way." Kim said she loved the fact that important moments from their lives had been filmed, from marriage proposals to pregnancy announcements. She and Khloe then called Kourtney, who was cooking with her kids, and suggested that if she wasn't interested in being filmed, she might want to leave the show. She texted them back, saying, "F you both with your bad vibes. How dare anyone disrespect me like that in front of my daughter? I'm now crying when I have people over taking a cooking lesson. Makes my blood boil," Kim fumed. She complained about her mom, Kris Jenner, 64, too, who often avoided being on camera. "My mom came up with the term mothership," Kim shared. She said, "No matter what, we'll always do our show until it stops being fun, and we'll always have our mothership." Not only has Kourtney checked out, but Kris Jenner has abandoned the mothership as well, Kim declared. Khloe told her mom how much she'd personally given to the show. "They get all my cheating stuff, they get all this other stuff that I wish would go away, that I'm stripped in the blogs for being the most pathetic human being, 'cause all they talk about is what a loser I am. Is it my job?" She considered. "Sure. I take one for the family team." Kris dropped by to see them, and Kim told her she passed the test, adding, "You can stay on." "Passed the test," Kris laughed. "For the show that I created." "Lord knows you didn't make it last this long," Khloe jabbed. In the car afterward, Khloe played Kris one of her own radio interviews, in which the momager had opined that it was better for everyone to be open about their lives when filming. "What you see is what you get," Khloe saying, parroting part of the interview. At her house, Kourtney told Kris that she had been open about her relationship with Scott on the show, and it had been horrible for them. "She was just in a different headspace now," she volunteered. "It just was a lot of pressure on an everyday life, and I've outgrown that," Kourtney said. "I think the private moments are so special, and I just need more of them. I think what people don't realize is you live the moment and then you have to talk about it again in these interviews, and then you have to watch it again on TV and see everyone comment on it," she revealed. "It can really mess with you and drain you, I think, over time." The three siblings gathered with their mom to hash things out, and Kourtney reiterated that she had too much going on to be constantly sharing her life. "The excuses don't make a whole lot of sense to me," cracked Kim, who was even busier than her sister. "If you are more present, maybe that will help," a producer told Kourtney. "I don't think it's not that I'm present, but sometimes people throw off my mood, if everyone's being BY," Kourtney replied. It doesn't make me want to talk or engage with these people that are putting me in the bad mood. My well-being is more important than the show," she insisted. "I'm not giving in, and I'm not going to change my boundaries. That's not gonna happen." In another storyline on the show, Kim helped a former prisoner named Paul regain some semblance of a normal life after incarceration. "Helping people get back on their feet after they've been through the prison system is something that's really important to me," she shared. In order to find a better job, Paul wanted to get his facial tattoos removed, so Kim flew her dermatologist Simon Elrian, MD, to his hometown in North Carolina. She and her husband Kanye West, 42, also flew in to meet Paul and his family. They learned that he'd also written to rapper Cardi B and singer Ariana Grande for help, with no response. Kim told Paul that Khloe had an ex-husband's name removed from her skin, while Kanye confessed that he'd had something removed on his arm. "It was worse than the tattoo itself," he divulged, before attending Paul's first session with him. Paul had brought Kim flowers and a card that expressed his gratitude, which both she and Kanye were touched by. Kanye laughed at the fact that Paul mentioned other stars he'd reached out to, recalling the time that he once met a kid through the Make-A-Wish Foundation of America. The child had asked Kanye if there was anyone he'd ever been thrilled to meet. "I just met Tom Cruise," Kanye told him, and the kid said, "Aw, man, I didn't even think of him," the rapper recounted, laughing. "Like he had wasted his wish on me." Keeping Up with the Kardashians will return next week with the season 17 finale on the E! Network. Thanks for watching Top Trending Stories. Like the video. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. Press bell icon for latest updates.